Alright, so it's finally time I talk about my secondary main in this game, and that is Reptile. Unfortunately, no, it is not Homelander. He is not my secondary main. It is Reptile. I love playing Reptile. When I used to play him a lot, it used to kind of be with Scorpion. I've transcended to Shujinko, and now I only play Reptile Shujinko. I play Shujinko with everyone. But Reptile Shujinko is actually a really strong team. If you know how to, like, use pressure with Reptile, like, by himself, then, you know, you don't really need the help of a cameo. He can open people up on his own pretty easily. And Shujinko just gives him, like, a lot of damage. So I'm just going to show off a few things, give you a little tips, and just tell you everything I know about Reptile. So let's just get into it. Also, one last thing. If you don't really care for the explanations, just skip ahead to this time frame, and it'll just show you all the combos instead of any explanations if you don't really care about that. So, yeah, let's get on with it. Alright, so just some, like, basic Reptile combos. Pretty much if you open people up, you got two options. You can either go into a ball, or you can go into a crumple stun, which the more optimal way is going into a crumple stun, but sometimes Shujinko isn't active, so you kind of just have to go into a ball. And the route you want to take with the ball, I'm going to show that one off first, it's going to be something like this. 4, 2, 3, standing for crumple stun, slow ball, and then to ender. And that does 40%. Now if you do it with a crumple stun, you get something like this. You get a little more damage for it. That's with the crumple stun. Now I will say that with the crumple stun version, it's a little trickier to land. You do a really quick forward dash for forward 2. Otherwise, it can kind of do that thing where it, like, see if I can replicate it. Okay. Sometimes it won't actually land all the way. You get something like this, and it drops. Or sometimes it pops him up like not that high, so you can't get an air combo, so you kind of just have to end it in this instead. So that's the only thing about that, is what I will say, is it can easier drop if you're not used to this forward dash or that. You can also just end invincibility if you want. Although there's some basic routes, without move stealing anyway, that has to do with a crumple stun. Is getting that pretty much, if you have a ball, go on a crumple stun, you can just get another ball, into that jump 1, 2, and then air cancel. That's pretty much the main way you use crumple stun with Shujinko with Reptile. It's not that complicated. If you get a forward 2 or 3, it's pretty much you're treating it like you got a ball. You get a decent amount of damage for that. But you're getting over 40% every hit with Shujinko. Corner combos, however, with Shujinko are a little different. There's a few routes you can take, some more optimal than others, and some are a lot harder. The optimal one is actually kind of tough to land, but there's some versions you can land. I'm going to show off the easiest version, which is going to be crumple stun. Yeah, standing 4 ball, forward 3, slow ball, and then ender at that point. And you get a good amount of damage for that. Now there's another version you can land, alright? In the back 2, the forward 2, forward 3 ball, and then ender. You get so much damage for that. Now there is a slightly more optimal version of it. I don't think it's worth it because it'll drop pretty much 90% of the time, but I'm going to try and show that off real quick, see if I can land it. Hold on, give me a second. So yeah, you can get like 10 more damage with a standing 4 into force ball instead of just forward 2 into force ball. But it's not. I don't think it's worth it because frankly it drops like so much. But if you're really good at optimals, then do it. It's awesome. It does do a lot of damage for normal crumple stun with no move stealing yet. Like we haven't even gotten to move stealing damage. It's gonna get crazy. Hold on a second. Alright, well I guess it's finally time to talk about move stealing. So basically a normal pop up being like Melina ball roll, pretty much just pops them up normally for any sort of follow-up, and it bounces them in the air. You're pretty much just going to treat this like a force ball, basically. Like, it's going to be pretty identical to just using it as a force ball. So you're just doing... And that was 45% mid-screen. Now, another thing I should probably be noting is that I am, for that forward 4, I am doing a quick forward dash into standing 4 crumple stun. Don't be aware when I am doing that. I do a crumple stun. Or I do a forward dash and a standing 4. And you get a lot of damage for it. And now also, obviously, doing a standing 3 into any of this is just going to do a lot more damage. 48% for the standing 3 cancel. Pretty awesome. Now the corner version looks also pretty identical to you know, a normal corner combo, except doing a crumple stun there, and then you get 47% for that. So basically, what I did there, right, was if you get something like one of the forward 2-3, you get your standing forward ball and then forward 3. Instead of using another ball, you use a crumple stun instead. So you're pretty much doing, yeah, standing forward ball, forward 3, and the crumple stun, and then another ball, and then you do your render, and that's pretty much the route you take with that. Now, one more corner combo I do want to talk about is his 1-1-4. Now you can do like a normal. This is kind of the normal route you take with it for most Reptile mains. However, with Shujinko, there's a slightly better option. It's completely free because it has to do with crumple stun. Let me show that off real quick. It just does an extra 10 damage. It's not like crazy damage, but for a 1-1-4 in the corner, if you land it, you can get an extra 10% with a free Shujinko. You know, crumple stun. It's kind of awesome. Alright, moving on to the second type of move steal, which is going to be restanding. Homelander has probably the best one, but pretty much, yeah, what I just showed off there, when you do a move steal with him, you do a restand, you can just get a standing 3 cancel, and you just do a normal forward 2-3 combo, mid-screen. And you get 55% for that. For it restanding, you can get probably the most amount of damage from Reptile. It's kind of crazy. And for a corner combo, it's pretty much going to look something like a normal kind of restand. You can do the other versions of the corner combos if you want to as well, but this is the version I've learned the most, and that does 57%. It's absolutely insane. Now, a cool thing that I actually chose Homelander for a reason is because if you like unblock, get like one of these, and let's say you block that mid, but you kind of hold down RB to have this, you know, Shujinko hovering above or waiting for when you let go, it releases the laser. And he only has a few moves that like kind of pops him up in the air. And a lot of them work in the corner, a lot of them don't actually work mid-screen. Like, I really wanted this to work, but it doesn't really work unless it's in the corner, but his 1-1-4 does work. And you can get a solid 34% for that if you happen to land that, and it's sweet. It's a nice little incentive. You can also just go for like unsafe stuff as well, and just kind of keep yourself safe with it. You can release it whenever you want. So a little bit of a pressure kind of tool right there in case you want to catch them with that. I will say though, if you do land a hit and then land this, you cannot combo with it. It has to the lasers have to hit first, and then you can combo from it. So kind of like if you land this first, and then you can combo from it. But if you hit into it, you cannot combo into it if you're trying to hit from the lasers like after you already landed a hit or two. So a quick tidbit for you there, if you wanted to try and do that, because that does not work. However, how as I said earlier in the corner, this move does work. Just that move definitely is worth doing if you have the Homelander laser stuff, because you can get almost 40% for that. Same thing with his other moves. If you happen to land like this, get something like this. I'm kind of improvising right now, but you're still getting a lot of damage for these hits. It's pretty sweet. The Homelander move steal is actually really fun if you learn how to use it correctly. Kind of done with like basic stuff, right? Like we did restand, we did pop-ups. There's not like it's not too complicated with Reptile, to be honest. They get a lot of damage with Shujinko. It's pretty simple. So we're kind of moving on to some unique move steals, and Ghostface has some really awesome move steals, guys. All right, I don't think I explained this too much because this is more of a not that recent of a discovery for me, but I've kind of discovered you can do some crazy stuff with Ghostface move steal, and I'm kind of wanting to show it off here. Unfortunately, I didn't really explain it too much in the Omni-Man tutorial video because Omni-Man doesn't have a special move that that doesn't knock him down. Because all of Omni-Man's move or special moves knocks him down. Now Reptile has a spit that does not knock him down, and the reason that's good is because you can steal this move from Ghostface. And this move, like, you can hold it and let go whenever you want, and it'll hit him with a low. But in the corner, you can actually combo with this. So if you do, yeah, you could have combo from that, but I, press up the button. And this is all combo. This isn't even the most optimal, and I'm already getting an absurd amount of damage. 58%. Yeah, this move steal is absolutely crazy with like characters who have a restand, or not a restand, but like a non-knockdown special move like this. And it only does work in the corner as well. You can't, also the moveset I'm doing is down, back, down. And the other cool part about this is also a restand, so you can do something like this. And that just works. Like, that was just improvisation right there, and I just got 53%. Like, this move steal is crazy. Now, he does also have another version of this, down, forward, down. However, when you do land a hit, it doesn't like keep him combo. It just kind of knocks him down a little bit when you do it. You can combo from it if it lands. However, it's not really like you can't really do a huge combo with it like you can with the other version of it. That's just something I did want to show off with Ghostface move steal. Yeah, you could also just do the normal one and get like a normal corner combo. But I'd say the other one is just so much more worth it, and also just, it does so much damage when you land it. Especially the Reptile having the spit. You could also just amplify it for just a little more damage if you wanted to. I don't see why you would, but you could. But that's all I wanted to show off with Ghostface. A little bit talking about Lee Mei. Now Lee Mei, if you know anything about Shujinko move steals, this move steal does use 2 hits of gravity, which for Reptile is pretty bad actually, because he kind of relies on only using like 1 hit of gravity. So he can get like this kind of combo for his ender. Because it used 2 hits, you have to do something like this. And you pretty much miss out. You are missing out on a lot of damage. It still does a lot of damage, don't get me wrong. Like, you're still doing, what, 45% for it. It just sucks that you can't actually get, like, the... Like, it just, I've tried, it just does not work. At least it doesn't work all the way. You did just see it kind of worked, but I can't get that last hit to actually hit unless you're in the corner. Which is, my next point is actually in the corner. You can sort of get it, but it's kind of rough. You're still only getting 45, and that's because I had to do a backdash in the 2-3. And you can't get this either, because this will also drop unless you just want to cancel into invisibility. This move steal is kind of tough to deal with, especially in the corner. If you're like sort of far away from the corner, kind of like this, you can probably land this, and then you can get your full damage. But I mean, it just it's really hard to land. Like, it's pretty situational if you're gonna even land that at all. It does do 47 though, if you land it. You just have to be close enough to the corner to land that. But not in the corner, or else you won't be able to get that full. Oh, so you're just gonna do this, and then it'll drop. And if you're really good at doing like a backdash into, like a backdash into it, into 4-2-3, I am not good at doing that. And then maybe you could land it. But I've just backdashed in a 2-3 because, frankly, I hate dropping that all the time. So Lee Mei move steal, kind of tough to deal with because it has 2 hits of gravity. But you make it work with that standing 4 and a couple sets instead. So a little tidbit for you there for Lee Mei. It kind of sucks, but you kind of have to do it. Alright, Ermac. Ermac has a really cool way you can steal with Reptile. And that is, I mean, you can do like a normal restand and then get like a normal kind of restand combo if you wanted to. However, check this out. It does actually work if you do something like this. Charge Shujinko right now. Okay, I messed it up. But if you charge Shujinko right now, do this. You have a fully charged Shujinko again. And then you can go into one of these. Invisibility. And now you're invisible at the end of a combo. So basically, full combo. Charge him up. And now right now you're also in the corner. And now you're just 50% combo into invisibility. That is how crazy that is. I love doing that against Ermac. It's so fun. So that's pretty much like that's the way I would want to steal from Ermac every time. Like, especially. You could just cash out with damage instead, but I mean 50% combo into invisibility. You can't go wrong with that. Not really like too much else. You can do it in the corner for a little differently. By a little differently, I mean when you do this, instead of doing a forward 2, you're just doing a standing 4 into it. And then you get your crumple stun into that, and it does like barely any more damage. You're getting like less than 10 more damage, but you know what? It's in the corner, you might as well do it. And you can do this off pretty much like anything. Like if you land like a crumple stun, you can do like your back 2 charge up, and then still get something like this. I tried to do invisibility, but you get my point. You can do it pretty much off any touch. So like if you do land like a ball instead, you're gonna do one of these. And you can't get a ball after that because you already spent 2 balls, so you probably just have to do like a jump 1-2 into air cancel. But you get my point? You can pretty much get really easy invisibility setups with the Ermac move steal. It's awesome. I love it. It's great. Anyway, moving on. Gearus. You know, I really wanted Gearus to have like a really cool like way to, you know, use his move steal and like do a lot of damage with it, like with some crazy like special moves or something, like a spit or anything else. But it's kind of just forward 2-3. I ain't gonna lie, it's just 2 forward 2-3s to another forward 2-3. Then you kind of end it like this. And I didn't even have a starter up like that. It actually just does that much damage. Like that's the full combo. Like, dear God, that is a lot. In the corner, you can even get a little more. Yeah, that's Gearus for you. It's not too complicated. You just do 2 forward 2-3s during his time stop, and that's pretty much the best strat you can do. Like 261 damage for that. Oh my God. Yeah, there's nothing too insane about it, like crazy complicated about it. It's actually really easy to land, so just go for it. It's awesome. Alright, and Reiko, I think we all know where this is going. You hit him on block, pretty much anything on block. I actually don't. I think the only button you can't do this on block with is like standing 4. But I don't know why you do that. Pretty much any other button, like back 2-3 into this will work on block. 1-1 into it will work. Forward 2-3 will work on block. All of it works on block. So if you're doing it on block, do it randomly so they don't predict it, and then you can get this grab. And you all know where this is going. It's this. However, you do need to do a forward 2 instead of a standing 4 because a weird amount of gravity with that is happening. Like you can't get the standing 4 in a crumple stun. It's something weird about it. Like it doesn't pop them up that high, so it just kind of just doesn't work. However, in the corner, it's very easy to do this. Yep, there's a 40% corner combo with a throw. That's sweet. That's Reiko, and there's nothing else too complicated about it. It's pretty simple. All right, moving on. Okay, then, I think we all know where this is going. So, unfortunately, there is actually no way to actually combo this mid-screen. With Reptile, I've really tried. I've kind of done, like, you can kind of do a forward 2 into it. In the standing 3. It takes a lot of time to, like, get that down, but I don't think it's worth doing. Because, frankly, on block especially, like, if they block this mid, right, and then they expect the overhead, like, let's just have him block high real quick. Alright, so right now he's blocking high, overhead, low, you get the point. He blocks his overhead a lot, but he doesn't expect this low. Now, if he does block the mid, you can land this, like stand 3 cancel, or whatever you want. But then, if he gets hit by the mid, then he gets pushed too far away for you to actually land anything, and then you can't really... Like, if you do, like, a standing 3 that far away, you're not really able to land any. It's not. You can't do it. You just can't do it mid screen if you get hit by the mid. Like I just go with a normal standing 3, I guess. In the corner though, oh, it's easy money. We're just need to see big damage numbers. That's all I came here for. 65% corner combo. Anyway, you can spend bars on like these as well if you want to. do even more damage. Like, you can do, like... Yeah, I get 69% for 3 bars, I guess. You know, that's casually nice. But yeah, I'm just kind of here to see big damage numbers this with Takeda. It's pretty also just simple and normal restands. Yeah, I think that's it, man. This is a really simple, like, team, honestly. It's not too complicated, Reptile Shujinko, but it does a lot of damage. And Reptile already has really good, like, footsie tools with, like, his sweep and his invisibility tools, so that's already awesome. I think I kind of want to show off, and I kind of don't show this off too often, other than, like, the videos that I play matches with, but how I charge Shujinko, normally if I'm, like, I kind of do a backdash into it, and then I just kind of walk forward so he can't hit Shujinko, but if I'm, like, you know, up close and I can't just whip him out anytime, I usually go for, like, a Crumple Stun combo, and I charge him right there. By the time the combo's over, it's done. Now, how I'm doing that, really, is I just do forward 2-3, and, like, I do the input really fast. If you look at my inputs, I do forward 2-3 cameo, and I do forward dash into this, and then I just let him charge. Yeah. If I ever do something like this, I need him. I pretty much will do the Crumple Stun, do the ball, cameo, and then finish it off. You kind of do need to, like, get used to charging Shujinko, like, in the middle, like, while you're doing the animation of a special move, and then, like, follow up with whatever you're doing afterwards, like a ball. That stuff is pretty important with charging him all the time. Like, having him always active is always a good thing. Like, having him always be fully charged is always really nice. Now, another thing, if you have him out, and you're doing one of these combos and you need him, you can uncharge him in the middle of the combo, and then charge him again by the end of it. So you can, like, it is kind of weird at the time, but it's pretty much the same as doing this and pressing RB, except he's already out. So you uncall him by the end of that, and then you get your combo after that. So if he's already out, you do this. Press forward 2-3 cameo, and then he's fully charged by this. Like, it is kind of, your fingers are doing a lot of different things. It's a lot to remember. You can, like, drop a combo because you're trying to focus on, like, charging and uncharging Shujinko, and then also trying to do your combo at the same time. I know it can be hard, but if you do get good at it, it is totally worth doing, because having him, like, on screen and then off screen doing a Crumple Stun and then doing something like this can be, it can just look cool. Like, just getting him on and off screen to do moves and then just charging in between combos, it also just looks cool. So that's definitely something. Try and practice in practice mode, getting used to that muscle memory of, like, actually charging Shujinko in the middle of your combos. It's really useful, really nice tip. I hope you guys use that more often. So yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this tutorial video. I know this wasn't as depth as, say, like the Omni-Man Shujinko video. That's because honestly, this is a pretty simple team up. Like, this team isn't actually that complicated as you might think. Like, it's pretty much just getting, like, you know, your forward 2-3s into force balls or Crumple Stuns into another force ball into a basic ender. So there's no, like, crazy optimals with him like that, at least I've found, other than, like, the cool move steals, like, with, like, Ghostface and stuff like that. I will say the basic Shujinko stuff does still go for this team. Like, Shang Tsung really sucks to steal from, kind of hard to get combos with. Conan, worst move stealing scaling in the game. Don't even, like, bother using, like, Conan move steals. I haven't found a way to really optimally use Conan move steals with Reptile, so I kind of just don't even use them. I don't even use move steals when it comes to Conan, unless it's, like, for chip damage or something weird. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for this video. I hope y'all enjoyed, learned something new, and I will see y'all in the next one. Later.